Hey ladies and gentlemen, for physical science. This is a quick help video for the density cube lab and using the density equation, which is mass divided by volume. So in case you missed or in case you needed a little extra help, this video will walk you through how to use this particular equation. All right. Now I had 8 different cubes, 8 different tables on the assignment, and you wanted to try and figure out the density of these different cubes. We started off with, I believe it was steel. Steel has a mass of 128 grams. And I got that by placing it on a scale. Just that simple. I put it on a scale, right? And then I measured the length, the width, and the height of that cube and found out that it has a volume of 15.625 cubic centimeters. Okay? Length times width times height in centimeters gave us 2.5 times 2.5 times 2.5, which ends up giving us that number right there. So to figure out the volume, I just grab a calculator and I divide the mass by the volume. 128 grams divided by 15.625 centimeters, cubic centimeters, and that ended up giving me a number about 8.19. Okay? Now 8.19 what? If I divide grams by cubic centimeters, nothing cancels. Nothing simplifies, and so my answer is also in grams over cubic centimeters. And that's for steel. That was the first one we did, was steel. Okay? Now in the video, in the lab, the next 3 items, we knew what they were. We told you what they were. And we used the same equation to figure out their density. For example, the next item we did was aluminum. And then after that, we did copper, and we did a block of wood. I think it was pine, but I wasn't quite sure. Now these 3, you had to be given the mass. Aluminum was 45 grams, the copper was 145 grams, and then the wood was 11.7 grams. Now all 3 of these blocks, as a matter of fact, all of the blocks we used, all had the same volume. They were the same size. So the volume that we used over and over again was 625 cubic centimeters. And so we just did mass divided by volume, right? Mass divided by volume, mass by volume, mass by volume to get the density of those blocks, okay? Now, the last four items that we had, the last 4 were unknowns. We didn't tell you what they were. And we told you the mass and the volume, and you had to try and figure out what they were based on a table that we posted in Canvas with that assignment. Okay, if you look up the lab, you will find that there are instructions for the Density Cube lab that have a table of a list of just random items. Well, the item 5, 6, 7, and 8. I forgot my sign language number, sorry. Those are the ones that you're supposed to identify based on their density. Let me give you those masses right now, okay? So item number 5 has a mass of 20 grams. Number 6 has a mass of 18.2 grams. Number 7 has a mass of 21.7 grams. And number 8, can you still see that? Just barely. Number 8 had a mass of 137 grams. Now remember, for all 4 of these, the volume is still going to be 15.625 cubic centimeters, okay? Because they're all the same size. So go ahead and figure out the density of each of these objects, record it on your lab, and then if you go to Canvas and look at the instructions that are posted for this density cube assignment, you'll see a table there and want you try to identify what they are. All right? Shoot me an email if you have any questions or if you get stuck.